96 Lexus ES300, my check engine light just came on. I have no idea why, the car's running fine. I've got one code, and I have P0402, exhaust gas recirculation flow excessive detected. That's the EGR system, the EGR valve. That's my first time having a trouble code related to that, so I'm not really sure how to proceed from here. I'll do a little research first. I found some good information online, so look for 2 links in the description down below. This one deals not only with the P0402 that I have, the excessive flow, but also P0401, which is restricted flow. And it's shown on a V6 96 Camry, which has the same 1MZFE engine that my 96 Lexus ES300 has. It points to a faulty VSV, or vacuum switching valve, as being the most common reason for both trouble codes, a P0402 and a P0401. And I'm going to go check out the VSV on my car. The VSV is located underneath the engine cover, and to find it, all I have to do is follow this vacuum line from the EGR valve and this vacuum line from the vacuum modulator. Those vacuum lines lead to this, the EGR Vacuum Switching Valve. That's what needs to be tested, and I'm going to do that using these leads and power from the battery. Disconnect the wiring harness from that valve and attach an alligator clip to each one of the terminals. We should be hearing a clicking sound from that switch, and there's no sound at all, so that VSV is dead. The mounting screw for the bad valve in the back, the one that we need to remove, is hidden behind the filter for this vacuum valve in the front. But that filter, this black piece, that'll slide off. That gives you access to the screw. And removing this vacuum line will give you more room to get that screw out. And unless you have a really short, stubby Phillips head screwdriver, you're going to need one of these. And the bad valve is off. Now it's off to the salvage yard looking for Toyota part number 90910-12074. I found a 95 Avalon, also with a 1MZFE engine, and the exact same valve, 90910-12074. So hopefully I'm gonna fix my car for $2. Well, it wound up being $233 because they tacked on some 20-cent Enviro charge, and I was about to fight them on that, but I let it slide. I'm back at the house and I'm going to test both switches. Here's the one that we tested when it was on the car, so I would imagine we'll get the same result. And once again, this one's dead. I'm going to hook the junkyard valve up the same way. Hopefully we'll hear a clicking sound from this valve. And yes, we do. You hear that? This valve is good. Now we just have to get this installed on the car. Connect the vacuum lines first and the wiring harness. This is the tricky part, getting that screw started by hand. And if you got fat fingers, you're going to have trouble with this. Put the filter back on for the valve in the front. Just slide that on. And now this vacuum line. That's it. We're ready to start it up. Alright, it's running fine, and I use my scan tool to clear that check engine light. So what I'm going to do now, before I call it fixed, is drive it a few days, put some miles on it, and make sure that check engine light doesn't come back on. Right now the mileage is 124,430, so I'll be back in a few days. "36 miles driven and no check engine light. So I'm going to say that vacuum switching valve, the VSV that I replaced, that was the problem. The next video is going to be to fix the tachometer because the engine is running. Something's wrong behind the dash. Speedometer's intermittent like that too. So now you figure out you need one of these. What do? Used, you got salvage yard on eBay. If you want new, I would go with this ASIN valve. It's an exact replacement because this is not a Toyota valve. It's an ASIN valve with Toyota stamped on the side. And I'll put a link to this down below in the description. And I'll also put links to this video and this repair forum thread that helped me find and fix the problem. That's it. Hope this helps you out. Thanks for watching.